I thank my colleague from South Carolina, Senator Graham, for his really thoughtful process that we went through in thinking through the loser pays bill and the amendment that we have filed here. And just like you, having practiced law for 26 years before I was elected to the House, the same year you were, and then we were elected over here, I tried plaintiffs' cases as well as defendants' cases. Never represented a defendant in a malpractice case. I was always on the other side. And I have great sympathy for individuals who are wronged by a physician who is negligent. And you and I agree that anybody who is the victim of negligent action ought to have their day in court. And that's what we provide for under our bill. There is absolutely no question about the fact that anybody who is subject to negligent acts on the part of a physician, that they can have their day in court. And they should have their day in court if that's what they decide they want to do. But under a loser pays provision like we have designed here, we can eliminate, hopefully, the frivolous lawsuits that add significantly to the cost of health care delivery in this country. In 2003, direct tort litigation costs in America accounted for 2.2% of our GDP. That's double the percentage of Canada, Great Britain, Germany, France, and Australia, all of which have loser pay systems. The state of Alaska has had a loser pay system since 1884. And tort claims in the state of Alaska constitute a smaller percentage of total litigation than the national average. Florida, which applied a loser pays rule to medical malpractice suits from 1981 to 1985, saw 54% of their plaintiffs drop their suits voluntarily. It does make a difference on frivolous suits. In the state of Florida, during that same period of time, the jury awards for plaintiffs rose significantly. And just as in our situation, anybody who had a legitimate case in Florida during that period of time had the right to have their case adjudicated by a jury. Those that made a decision to do so received more significant awards. And that's the way the system ought to work. This is a win-win situation for the cost of health care delivery. It's a benefit to the physicians, sure, because they eliminate part of their significant cost of delivering health care services, but it also is a huge benefit to those individuals in America who are subject to negligent acts on the part of physicians. I would, Mr. President, ask unanimous consent that a letter to Senator Graham and myself from Bruce Jostin at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce dated November the 3rd, 2009 be submitted for the record.
Without objection.
And with that, I would yield the floor.